Advertise and grow your business or event with on-impact promotions, street promotions, social media promotions, email blasts, text blasts, cold calling, live streaming, and more.
Yo. Come on, we go. And welcome to Wise Guys. These guys know sports and on Impact Recruiting Services on this Thursday, October the 17th, in the house with your boy Trey Larkins here live at Jazz School over here at 610 Northland Boulevard. At 610 Northland Boulevard, if you're familiar with Cruise Inn, right down the street here at Jazz School, talking some football on this Thursday night. Man, we got some big time matchups to talk about in the NFL this weekend. We got CJ Stroud versus Jordan Love. We got a Super Bowl rematch. The Kansas City Chiefs are traveling to San Francisco to take on the 49ers Sunday in Santa Clara. Also, Saturday, we got homecoming for the Cincinnati Bearcats. They're going to kick off at 12 o'clock. They are playing Arizona State. So I'm definitely going to talk about that matchup as well. The Bearcats beat Central Florida over the weekend, 19-13. So I'm going to recap that game as well. Also, the Bengals take on the Cleveland Browns this weekend in Cleveland. They beat the New York Giants on Sunday in New York, 17-7. So definitely talk about the Bengals a little bit later on as well. And don't forget to go to On Impact Recruiting Services and vote for the Little League All-Star Game that's going to take place November the 17th at Western Hills High School. So go to On Impact Recruiting Services or contact Dante and go and vote or nominate who you believe should play in the Little League All-Star Game. That's November the 17th. And go and vote. Go and vote for one of these young players that plays for Little League football. That would be one of the big accomplishments for one of these young players to get nominated for the All-Star Game and potentially play in the All-Star Game. So definitely go and vote on Impact Recruiting Services. Don't forget to go on all social media platforms and follow Wise Guys Sports and on Impact Recruiting Services on all social media platforms. But we begin tonight's show in New York as the New York Jets have traded for Devontae Adams. They traded a conditional third-round pick for the Jets. They get Devontae Adams, so Devontae Adams reunites with Aaron Rodgers. The Raiders get a conditional third-round pick. It can turn into a second-round pick, depending on how the Jets' season goes. So, my initial reaction to the Jets trading for Devontae Adams was, we knew all along that Devontae Adams more than likely was going to be a New York Jet. And we knew Aaron Rodgers wanted to get Devontae Adams. We knew that Devontae Adams had demanded to be traded out of Las Vegas. And there were reports about how the Saints were interested in Devontae Adams, the Commanders were interested in Devontae Adams, the Ravens were interested in Devontae Adams, but we knew all along that Devontae Adams was going to be a New York Jet. And that's because of his relationship with Aaron Rodgers. So when the news finally came out that Devontae had officially been traded to New York, it was no surprise to me. It was no surprise to me. And this happened Tuesday, where the trade officially went down. Now, this was the day after the Jets lost to the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football. The Bills beat the Jets 23-20 in New York on Monday Night Football on ESPN. And so owner Woody Johnson and the New York Jets, they desperately needed to make a move, and they went out and got Devontae Adams. And so now at 2-4 with Devontae Adams, he makes the Jets a better football team. You look at Devontae Adams this year, he has 18 receptions, 209 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. but he's only played, I believe, in 3 games. He hasn't played since week 3. He didn't play in week 4, week 5, or 6 for the Raiders. So bringing a receiver the caliber of a Devontae Adams instantly makes you a better football team. So it's 32 teams in the NFL. If you make a trade for Devontae Adams, you instantly become a better football team. But I'm looking at Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams and their production throughout the years. And when they were playing in Green Bay, they were an elite duo. In 6 seasons playing with Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, their win percentage was 69%. Their passer rating was 262 passing yards per game, was 262 passing yards per game. And the touchdown interception ratio for Aaron Rodgers was 261 to 41. So Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams have been doing this for years. They've been the elite duo in the NFL. And when you talk about elite duos in the NFL, you talk about Tyreek Hill and Tua, you talk about Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. You got to include Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams in the mix there. But the one thing that Jets fans are not understanding, even though Devontae Adams makes the Jets better, he can't protect Aaron Rodgers. And so far this year, when you look at most sacked quarterbacks in the NFL, Rodgers been sacked 16 times this year. So Devontae Adams helps the Jets in the passing game, but he's not going to be able to protect Aaron Rodgers as far as not getting sacked. And I'm looking at this Jets offensive line. At center, you got Joe Tippmann, left guard, John Simpson, left tackle, Tyron Smith. Tyron Smith, Monday night against the Beatles, Tyron Smith had a bad game. He had a bad game, and I thought that the reason why the Jets brought in Smith was to protect Rodgers. He's a veteran offensive lineman, and he hasn't played well this season. And so far this year, the entire Jets O-line, they've been average at best. So yes, Devontae Adams is going to help Aaron Rodgers because they got chemistry and because they played together in Green Bay and had a lot of success. But do I believe Devontae Adams makes the Jets Super Bowl contenders? I don't believe he makes them Super Bowl contenders, but I believe they could be playoff contenders. And it's the difference in a playoff contender and a Super Bowl contender. So they got to protect Aaron Rodgers better. I thought Aaron Rodgers and the Jets played better Monday night against the Bills. They could have won that game if it wasn't for those missed field goals. They also had a few missed opportunities when they got inside the 20 and they didn't capitalize to score touchdowns. But they played better against the Bills Monday night. And Rodgers didn't turn the ball over. Monday night against the Bills, Rodgers went 23 of 35. He threw for 296 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. He did have 1 interception at the end of the game. So I thought offensively they moved the ball better. I thought Breece Hall had a tremendous game, 18 carries, 113 rushing yards. But for the Jets to ultimately get to where they want to get to, they want to need Aaron Rodgers to step up in these clutch moments. That's why Aaron Rodgers is not viewed like a Patrick Mahomes. And I was a Rodgers fan when he was in Green Bay, but I have to be real about how Rodgers does not deliver in these clutch moments. We've seen Patrick Mahomes time and time again. If the Chiefs get the football and they are losing on the scoreboard, Patrick Mahomes will deliver and make a way for the Chiefs to be able to win football games. That's what the Jets are counting on Rodgers to do. The same way we've seen Peyton Manning go to Denver and win a Super Bowl for the Denver Broncos, the same way we saw and witnessed Tom Brady go to Tampa Bay and win a Super Bowl for the Buccaneers. Jets fans are depending on Aaron Rodgers to go to New York and deliver a Super Bowl for the New York Jets. And this is one of the things that is going to really define Aaron Rodgers' career. Like, we know Aaron Rodgers is an all-time great. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history. And for his career, Aaron Rodgers, 484 touchdown passes, 110 interceptions, over 60,000 passing yards. The man is a 4-time NFL MVP. He's a Super Bowl champion. John Elway won multiple Super Bowls. Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowls. Even Big Ben had 2 Super Bowls. So if Aaron Rodgers wants to be mentioned with those other elite quarterbacks, he has to be able to win another Super Bowl. One Super Bowl, it's not going to cut it. Hell, Eli Manning got 2 Super Bowls. Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. And we know Eli Manning and Joe Flacco are not on the level of an Aaron Rodgers. But if you are that elite and that talented to only have 1 Super Bowl in your career, that's an indictment on Aaron Rodgers. And so the thing is, when he was in Green Bay, for years I defended Aaron Rodgers. For years I defended A-Rod in clutch moments and said, hey, Aaron Rodgers is clutch. Aaron Rodgers gets us to conference championship games. Well, while Aaron Rodgers was in Green Bay, we were running for the conference championship. And we kept losing it. And I said, okay, I can't keep defending A-Rod. And so the last time when we were in the playoffs, it was a game against the 49ers. Very, very cold game. This one hurt really bad. A lot of them lost hurt. All the playoff losses hurt. Everybody know them. They all hurt. But this one really hurt. We were in Green Bay. Packers, I think they were 13-4 on the season. They were like the #1 seed in the NFC. And the 49ers rolled into Green Bay. And in the divisional round of the playoffs, they beat Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers, so what made it worse, this was the year where the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. So the same day that the Packers got eliminated by the 49ers, the Bengals beat the Titans. This was a game when Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times. And I was just devastated. And Rodgers didn't even score more than 10 points in that game. I think he had 1 touchdown on the first drive of the game and didn't score again. And the 49ers beat Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. And at that moment, that's the first time I said to myself, it may be time to move on. It may be time to move on. So at this point in his career, Aaron Rodgers needs to win another Super Bowl. And he's the reason why Robert Saleh got fired. He got Robert Saleh fired. And Aaron Rodgers tried to go up there last week and try to tell us, oh, I didn't even know nothing about it. I feel bad for Robert Saleh getting fired. Aaron, stop lying to us, bro. We know that Woody Johnson is not making decisions without consulting with you as his star quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is the GM of the New York Jets. Don't lie to us and tell us, oh, I didn't know nothing about Woody Johnson firing Robert Saleh. I had nothing to do with it. Well, you damn sure didn't speak up for him. When Woody Johnson ran it by you that he was thinking about firing Robert Saleh, you didn't make an announcement to your owner and say, hey, I want to keep my head coach. He ain't the reason why I'm struggling. And Aaron Rodgers, in that matchup against the Vikings, when they played in London, he threw 3 interceptions. And they fired Saleh. Now, I'm not saying Saleh is an elite coach, but Saleh's side of the ball, they were doing their job. The defense was playing at an elite level. It was an offense that was struggling. And when Aaron Rodgers came to New York, he was in charge of the offense with his buddy, Nathaniel Hackett. So there ain't no more excuse for Aaron Rodgers. You got Nathaniel Hackett, you got Allen Lazard, you got Devontae Adams. There ain't no more excuse for Aaron Rodgers. No more. You got everything that you want in New York. You might as well call it the New York Packers because it's the same group of players like Allen Lazard, Devontae Adams. He got Randall Cobb a job last year, and everybody named Mama knew Randall Cobb was past his prime and no longer belonged in the NFL. I love Randall Cobb. He was a great player in the Packers organization. But he was past his prime last year, and the only reason why he got a job was because of Aaron Rodgers. The only reason why Nathaniel Hackett still has a job is because of Aaron Rodgers. We've seen the debacle that took place in Denver under Nathaniel Hackett's watch. The Denver Broncos were awful with Nathaniel Hackett. And so he got a job with New York because Aaron Rodgers is in New York. So now, Aaron Rodgers, you have to win. And they have the Steelers this week. They say Devontae Adams is going to play. They say his hamstring injury that he's been dealing with is healed. We know Devontae wasn't playing those last 2 games in Las Vegas because he was trying to get to New York, and the Raiders did not want to mess up his trade value. So Devontae's going to play this week. They're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. It's going to be a big game for A-Rod. Going up against the elite defense. The Steelers have an elite defense. They don't really have much offensively, but they can play elite defense. But I'm talking more about Aaron Rodgers 49ers and Devontae Adams a little bit later on the show. Also, we'll talk about the Bengals, 17-7 win over the Giants. And it's homecoming for the Cincinnati Bearcats. They're taking on Arizona State Saturday at Nipper. So I'll definitely talk about that as well. CJ Stroud is coming to Lambeau to play Jordan Love and the Packers. So we'll preview that game a little bit later on as well. And I'm going to talk about the Chiefs and 49ers Super Bowl rematch that's taking place in San Francisco. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on as well. And don't forget, at the end of the show, every week, me and Dante give our weekly NFL picks. I think Dante has a better record right now in the picks. We got to look at it. But I think right now, Dante has a better record than me right now in the picks. So we're going to see how we both do this week. Everybody go follow Wise Guys and on Impact Recruiting Services on all social media platforms. I'll be right back.
Okay, so it's the first of the month stand-up comedy series by On Impact Promotions. Friday, November 1st, 2024 at the Williams Francis Theater, 6819 Vine Street, Cincinnati, Ohio. Hosted by comedian Reggie Mack. Plus, we're going to be laughing with Black Durrell, Big Cam, and Dusty Lewis. Headlined by Detroit's own comedian Mike Bonner, as seen on Def Comedy Jam. Get your tickets today.
Hey guys, we got tickets for the R&B Vibe after party that's October the 25th at the Williams Francis Theater. RL from Next is going to be there, so you don't want to miss this party. These tickets is just $35 and they're available in stores. So invite all y'all friends and come get a ticket. This is going to be a party you don't want to miss.
Hey, what up, man? You know what it is, world famous DJ Fresh. Hey, listen, you know when I'm in the city, I got to stop by Celebrity Final Fridays, man. Big shout out to Maya, the promo queen, the Lonely Stoners, Red Tie, and that boy Bum, man. You know what I'm saying? Celebrity Final Fridays. I do stamp that. I do approve that. I do co-sign that, man. Every time in the city, I gotta stop by Celebrity Final Fridays. Y'all know what it is. It's fresh.
Yo, what's up? This your boy Big Boo, man. BI2Gs, B2Os, and man. And every time I'm in the city, I'm checking out Final Fridays with On Impact Recruiting and Maya the promo queen. Make sure y'all pull up, man. Every Final Friday is going down. Big Boo, man. What's happening?
What up, y'all? It's your boy Smokey Suarez, a.k.a. Birdie from Paper Soldiers. I'm so black, I ain't play hide, go seek, they ain't find me till I was grown. That's right. When I'm in Cincinnati, y'all, I'm always hanging out with my people, boy. My boy Bum, Dante, and Mia, the promo queen.
My superpower is probably patience and encouragement. These days, kids are feeling really inadequate. They're not feeling like they have it in them to do something they've never done before. We need to create a place that was hands-on, that was a fun environment, that allowed kids to be creative and allowed kids a safe place to get it wrong. What drives me are those aha moments, those moments where you see the kid, they get it. And I tell you what, I live for that moment, because when you give them an opportunity to approach it at their level and then add in sprinklings of the challenge, and they've got to kind of race themselves and maybe other students in order to get there, they're tenacious about it. They're excited about it. And when they achieve it, that is the greatest joy. That is what the Cincy STEM Lab is all about. Our job is about helping them build their confidence. It's about making the learning process different, fun, and very approachable. And STEM and science and tech and engineering and math is becoming a lot less scary to them. The problems that we are facing in the 21st century with climate change and access to electricity and energy, these are the jobs that have the money. We have to have all hands on deck for that type of work. And that is what we are here to do, to expose students, no matter how little money you have to how much money you have, how much you think you know and how much you don't know, and to help build their confidence so that they are ready to step out in STEM and say, here I am, this is exactly where I was supposed to be.
On Impact Promotions presents Celebrity Friday, October 25th at the William Francis Theater, the official after party with RL from Next. Doors open at 9, hosted by Maya the promo queen and Red Tie Security. First 50 ladies free before 11. For more information, contact Dante Payne at 513-602-7289. Sponsored by MTAP Clothing, 1513 Vine Street. Celebrity Friday, the official after party with RL from Next at the William Francis Theater. Brought to you by On Impact Promotions.
And welcome back to Wise Guys. These guys know sports and On Impact Recruiting Services here live at Jazz School, 610 Northland Boulevard. At 610 Northland Boulevard. Come out and talk some football with your boys. If you want to debate with me, if you want to talk about your favorite team, come out to 610 Northland Boulevard at Jazz School, right down the street from Cruise Inn. So if you're familiar with Lincoln Heights, Forest Park, Fairfield, you know exactly where Cruise Inn is at. So come on down to Jazz School, right down the street, and talk some football. We got a big time matchup tonight in New Orleans. It's the Denver Broncos taking on the New Orleans Saints. I'm talking about that matchup a little bit later on. Now, I'll be honest, it's been a lot of good matchups on Thursday Night Football. Last week we had the 49ers and Seahawks. And so it's just a real good matchup. I'm not really too excited about the Broncos, Saints. I mean, especially when you consider we got some great matchups in the NFL on Sunday. We got the Texans traveling to Green Bay to take on the Packers. So CJ Stroud versus Jordan Love. We have the Super Bowl rematch in San Francisco. The Chiefs versus the 49ers. We got Jets, Steelers on Sunday Night Football. So I'm excited about that as well. So it's a big time matchup in the NFL on Sunday. So Broncos Saints is one of those matchups I ain't really too fond of. I really not. I'll watch it because it's on tonight, but not really too fond of the matchup. But again, Sean Payton, I believe his first game being back in New Orleans. Remember, Sean Payton won a Super Bowl with New Orleans back in 2009 with Drew Brees. So that's one of the big storylines of that matchup. I'll talk about that matchup a little bit later on. Don't forget, go to On Impact Recruiting Services and vote for who you believe should be playing in the Little League All-Star Game. That All-Star Game is going to take place November the 17th at Western Hills High School. It's November the 17th at Western Hills High School. So go to On Impact Recruiting Services and nominate and vote for who you believe should play in the Little League All-Star Game. That's a week after the Little League Super Bowl. So go and vote on Impact Recruiting Services and follow On Impact Recruiting Services and Wise Guys Sports on all social media platforms. Let's transition to Cincinnati and let's talk about the Cincinnati Bengals as the Cincinnati Bengals beat the New York Giants 17-7 on Sunday Night Football. Joe Burrow went 19 of 28. He threw for 208 passing yards. Daniel Jones for the Giants, he went 22 of 41. He threw for 205 passing yards, 1 interception. So, in the immediate aftermath, after the Bengals beat the Giants, I got my cousins calling me. I got people in my family calling me, telling me and screaming at me, telling me, oh, the Bengals back. Did you see what just happened? Did you just watch the game? And people are calling me and blowing my phone up and telling me how the Bengals are back as a football team. And I want to give the Bengals credit from this standpoint. The Bengals coming into that game against the Giants, a lot of pressure was on the Bengals. They were 1-4. You don't want to foul to 1-5. You're in the AFC with elite teams like the Texans, like the Chiefs, like the Bills. You don't want to fall too far behind in the standings. So that was a big thing for the Bengals. You don't want to fall to 1-5 because that's a hard hole to climb out of. And so that was a big game for the Bengals. You going up against the Giants. Giants are not really good. You got to take care of business. So I'll give the Bengals credit from the standpoint of you won a game in the NFL. Anytime you win in the NFL, no matter if it's ugly, if it's a nice win where your team scores a lot of points, anytime you win in the NFL, you're happy. A win is a win. It is hard to win in the National Football League. So Bengals fans should be happy that they improved to 2-4 and they got a W in the win column. With that being said, you have to put some context to what happened Sunday night in New York. And I'm sitting there watching the game and I'm thinking, okay, the Bengals, they should be beating the Giants by more than they're beating them. Right. That was a game the Giants, they were in. And Daniel Jones is not a very good quarterback, folks. He's below average. Now, he's playing better this year, but he's a below average quarterback. And countless times during the game where I'm thinking, okay, this is a chance for the Bengals to create some separation and have a 2-touchdown lead on the Giants. And they could not score enough points to create a lot of separation. Now, they finally, in the second half, they scored 10 points in the second half. Chase Brown had the late touchdown run. But I thought, overall, the Bengals were just happy to get a victory. And even Joe Burrow mentioned this after the game. He said it was an ugly win, but we got it done. So I give the Bengals credit because they won a game that they needed to win. But context matters, and they were going up against the Giants. The Giants are not a playoff team in the NFC, folks. They are not an elite team. They're probably the worst team in the NFC East. The Cowboys are better than the Giants. The Commanders and the Bengals know that. The Commanders are definitely better than the Giants, and the Eagles are better than the Giants. So, going up against the worst team in the NFC East, the Bengals escaped. That's what I'm going to say. They escaped with a 10-point win over the Giants. So that was impressive from that standpoint. And defensively, I thought they did a pretty good job against that Giants offense. But here's the thing. The Giants, they don't really have any elite skill position players. Okay? They don't have a Zay Flowers or a Derrick Henry like the Ravens. They don't have a Travis Kelce like the Chiefs. So, yes, the Bills defense played better. Because I've been critical of that Bills defense. I said defensive coordinator Lou Admiral and that defense, the way he performed against the Ravens, giving up 41 points and allowing Lamar Jackson to ball out the way he balled out, that Bills defense, they should have been ashamed to show their faces in the city of Cincinnati. That's how bad it's been. The Bills defense has been atrocious this year. That's been the weakest of the team. So they held the Giants to only 7 points. They held the Giants to under 350 total yards for the game. So they did a pretty good job defensively. But you were going up against the Giants. So it's only so much credit I can give you as a defense. But honestly, because the Bengals defense had been so bad for the first 5 weeks of the season, they had nowhere to go with up. They had nowhere to go with up, and they had a better performance in week 6 than they had in the previous 5 weeks. They got the Browns this week. The Browns are going to get back Nick Chubb. Now, Nick Chubb this is his first game back after that devastating injury he had last year. So, Nick Chubb is not 100%. Deshaun Watson has been a complete failure in Cleveland. That Deshaun Watson that's playing in Cleveland, I don't know who that is. When Deshaun was playing in Houston, he was the elite quarterback. The Deshaun that's playing in Cleveland, he is no longer a starting quarterback in the NFL. So I'll talk about the Bengals-Browns matchup a little bit later on the show, but that's a game the Bengals should win. They should win. And I'm at a point now where, because everybody knows I'm a Packers fan, but I got family and friends who are Bengal fans, and of course I'll be messing with my family and friends when the Bengals lose. But it got so bad when the Bengals fell to 1-4, I'm like, I don't want the Bengals to mess up tailgate for me. Because the worse the Bengals play, tailgate is not as fun. So I'm thinking, I hope the Bengals at some point start winning some games. So I was actually rooting for them Sunday against the Giants. I hope they beat the Browns. That way, in week 8, when they play the Eagles, tailgating is going to be fun. It's going to be a fun tailgate. And the thing is, too, the Bengals have underachieved so far this season. We have to be honest. They 2-4. They've been so bad. The NFL flexed out the Bengals in week 8 against Eagles. Now, week 8 is Eagles at Bengals. Jalen Hurts versus Joe Burrow was supposed to be a primetime game in week 8. The NFL flexed the game to the 1 o'clock window because the Bengals are 2-4 and the Eagles, they've been inconsistent. So that game is not going to be as big as it was supposed to be coming into the season. But it's going to be interesting to see the Bengals can beat the Eagles next week. But they got to get past the Browns first. And let's be honest, the Bengals struggle with the Browns. Even though the Browns are 1-5, I guarantee you the Browns are going to be ready for the Bengals Sunday. They're going to be ready for the Bengals because despite their struggles as a football team, they want to win the Battle of Ohio. They want to win that game for bragging rights. And let's be real, in the Joe Burrow era, he struggled against the Cleveland Browns. As great as Joe Burrow is, he has struggled against the Cleveland Browns in his career as starting quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals. So that's going to be an interesting game. But again, against the Giants, they beat the Giants. And I was reading the comments on Sunday on the Bengals Instagram, and one of their fans, and I thought this was perfectly put. One of their fans commented and said, "We didn't beat the Giants, we just survived." That's a perfect way to put it. The Bengals survived against the Giants. So that was a win is a win in the NFL. They should be happy. Now they're on to week 7 against the Browns, and the Bengals are favored by 6.5 points. I'll talk about that game a little bit later on, but it's going to be an interesting matchup. That's going to be an interesting matchup. I think the Browns, they're punting on the season. They traded Amari Cooper this week. Amari Cooper, we talked about Devontae Adams a little bit earlier in the show. I got to talk about Amari Cooper. The Bills traded for Amari Cooper. That was a big pickup for the Bills. So Deshaun Watson doesn't have Amari Cooper as his number one receiver anymore. So this was a game. If you are a team that considers yourself a playoff contender, the Bengals should beat the Browns. If you are a playoff contender, the Bengals should beat the Browns. Now, I've been critical of Zach Taylor this year. I feel like Zach Taylor this year single-handedly lost the Bengals that Ravens game. Zach Taylor single-handedly lost the Bengals that Ravens game. The Bengals 2-4, they could be 3-3 because as great as Lamar Jackson played in that matchup when the Ravens played the Bengals at Paycor a few weeks ago, as great as Lamar played, he played great. Lamar proved while he is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, he played outstanding. But as great as he played, Lamar fumbled snap in overtime. And I was thinking to myself, okay, the Bengals about to get a win here. They about to win this game. Bengals get the football, and for whatever reason, Zach Taylor runs the football 3 straight times. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is he doing? Why is he not throwing the football? Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, they are elite, and they have been the strength of this Bengals team. And for some odd reason, Zach Taylor took the football out of Joe Burrow's hands in overtime. It made no sense to me. And I'm thinking, like, Joe Burrow has been balling this year. What is Zach doing? And he ran the ball 3 straight times. Now, McPherson missed the field goal, but the player, he mishandled the snap, and he bounced the snap, and that threw off McPherson when he kicked the football, and he missed the field goal. But the field goal, honestly, should have never been 53 yards to begin with. It should have never been 53 yards. Because at that moment, you got to think the Bengals, their record was 1-3 in that game against the Ravens. They were 1-3. And if you are a 1-3 football team and you're struggling the way the Bengals have been struggling coming into that game, if I'm the head coach, I'm thinking, the hell with McPherson. We're not going to depend on McPherson's foot to keep us to a win. We need to score a touchdown in this game. And Zach Taylor played safe instead of being aggressive. And that's the reason why the Bengals lost that game against the Ravens. The Ravens played well offensively, and the Bengals defense was terrible. But they still had a chance to win because Lamar fumbled the snap in overtime. Bengals got the football in, I think it was like they were at the 50, and they were almost in Ravens territory, and he runs the ball 3 straight times. That made no sense to me. It made no sense. And I thought he should have gave Joe Burrow a chance to throw the football and at least position the Bengals to be closer to where it'd be an easier field goal attempt. But they 2-4, as Bill Parcells once said, you are what your record says you are. So we'll see how they perform this week against the Browns. This is a game the Bengals should win against the Browns. So we'll see how that goes. Everybody go follow Wise Guys and on Impact Recruiting Services on all social media platforms. I'm going to talk about the Cincinnati Bearcats out of the break. I'll be right back.
On Impact Promotions presents Celebrity Friday, October 25th at the William Francis Theater, the official after party with RL from Next. Doors open at 9. Hosted by Maya, the promo queen, and Red Tie Security. First 50 ladies free before 11. For more information, contact Dante Payne at 513-602-7289. Sponsored by MTAP Clothing, 1513 Vine Street. Celebrity Friday, the official after party with RL from Next at the William Francis Theater. Brought to you by On Impact Promotions.
Okay, so it's the first of the month stand-up comedy series by On Impact Promotions. Friday, November 1st, 2024 at the Williams Francis Theater, 6819 Vine Street, Cincinnati, Ohio. Hosted by comedian Reggie Mack. Plus, we're going to be laughing with Black Durrell, Big Cam, and Dusty Lewis. Headlined by Detroit's own comedian Mike Bonner, as seen on Def Comedy Jam. Get your tickets today.
Hey guys, we got tickets for the R&B Vibe after party that's October the 25th at the Williams Francis Theater. RL from Next is going to be there, so you don't want to miss this party. These tickets is just $35 and they're available in stores, so invite all y'all friends and come get a ticket. This is going to be a party you don't want to miss.
Hey, what up, man? You know what it is, world famous DJ Fresh. Hey, listen, you know when I'm in the city, I got to stop by Celebrity Final Fridays, man. Big shout out to Maya, the promo queen, the Lonely Stoners, Red Tie, and that boy Bum, man. You know what I'm saying? Celebrity Final Fridays. I do stamp that. I do approve that. I do co-sign that, man. Every time I'm in the city, I got to stop by Celebrity Final Fridays. Y'all know what it is. It's fresh.
What my name is, Shawty. What up, Cincinnati? You know where it's at, man. Whenever I'm in the city, catch me at Celebrity Final Fridays with the guys. Red Tie Security, Maya the promo queen, and boom. Y'all need to pull up each and every Friday, cause that thing lit. Hein?
Oh man, what's going on, man? Welcome to Northside Bad Story, Folding and Kicks, man. Y'all gotta tap in, man. We serious about this. Hey, that's what we do.
And welcome back to Wise Guys. These guys on sports and on Impact Recruiting Services. Come on out to 610 Northland Boulevard. We're here at Jazz School at 610 Northland Boulevard. Another week with the Wise Guys Sports host Trey Lakins and on Impact Recruiting Services. Don't forget, go to On Impact Recruiting Services and vote for the Little League All-Star Game. That All-Star Game is going to take place November the 17th, a week after the Little League Super Bowl. So go to On Impact Recruiting Services and vote or nominate who you believe should play in the Little League All-Star Game. That would be a major, major accomplishment for a young youth football player in Little League. Definitely go and vote for who you believe should be playing that All-Star Game. Also, don't forget, later on the show, me and Donatello will give our Week 7 picks in the NFL, our Week 7 picks in the NFL. And I'm still going to preview the Niners-Chiefs game and Texans-Packers game a little bit later on in the show as well. And I also want to talk about the Broncos-Saints game for tonight as well. But let's go to the NFL. I want to compare the Devontae Adams trade and the Amari Cooper trade. So we watched Monday Night Football. The Buffalo Bills beat the New York Jets 23-20. And in that game, Josh Allen, try to pull up the stats here. Josh Allen in that matchup, he went 19-25. He threw for 215 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers in that game, 23 of 35. He threw for 294 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. So Tuesday, everyone wakes up and Devontae Adams got traded to the New York Jets. And a few hours later, the Buffalo Bills traded for Amari Cooper. And the Bills, they won Monday night in New York. They improved to 4-2. Jets fell to 2-4. But I was thinking that the Bills, they didn't want to allow the Jets to one-up them. So they saw the Jets had traded for Devontae Adams, and the Bills are like, oh, we need to go make a trade for Amari Cooper. So I'm looking at the Jets trading for Devontae Adams and the Bills trading for Amari Cooper, and I'm thinking about, okay, which receiver is going to make a bigger impact on their team? And believe it or not, as crazy as it sounds, and as great as Devontae Adams is, I believe that Amari Cooper being traded to the Buffalo Bills is going to have a bigger impact than Devontae Adams being traded to the New York Jets. Let me explain why. I know Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams have great chemistry, and Devontae Adams, for his career, 890 receptions, over 10,000 receiving yards, 96 touchdown receptions. That's for Devontae Adams. And Devontae Adams, once he finishes playing, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Fame receiver. Man, no mistake about it. Even at 32, I think Devontae Adams is 32. Even at 32, Devontae Adams is still a top 5 receiver in the NFL. He just didn't have anybody to throw him the football in Las Vegas, and that's how he wanted to leave. And the thing is, sometimes in life you realize the grass ain't always greener on the other side. Devontae wanted to leave Green Bay, and he wanted to get his money. And I was happy for Devontae when he left Green Bay because I knew he wanted to get paid with the Las Vegas Raiders. He goes to Las Vegas, and the reason why he went to Las Vegas is because he wanted to play with his friend Derek Carr. Derek Carr and Devontae Adams played together at Fresno State, I believe, in college. And he went to Las Vegas, and after 1 year, they move off of Derek Carr. So Devontae Adams is left in Las Vegas. We know he's an elite receiver, but you're not as elite when you have Jimmy Garoppolo throwing you the football compared to Aaron Rodgers. You're just not going to be as elite. So Devontae got his money, but he was no longer producing at the elite level in Las Vegas that he was producing in Green Bay. And so he's a great receiver, and this is a great situation for him to go to New York and pair with Aaron Rodgers. But I believe that the Bills trading for Amari Cooper is a bigger move because despite the Buffalo Bills being 4-2, despite the Bills offensively averaging 28 points per game, which is ranked 7th in the NFL, despite the Bills having a top 15 rushing attack, averaging 123 rushing yards per game, I believe that when you watch the Bills this year, they don't have a true number one receiver. I'm looking at the Bills receivers. You got Khalil Shakir, you got Curtis Samuel, you got Keon Coleman, but once Stephon Diggs departed out of Buffalo, the Bills no longer had a number one receiver. And you look at the Buffalo Bills this season. They start off the season 3-0. They beat the Cardinals 34-28. Week 2, they beat the Dolphins 31-10. Then week 3, they beat the Jaguars 47-10. And after that Jaguars game, I remember Josh Allen in the press conference talking about how he was happy playing with receivers who didn't care about their stats. He was talking about how, man, I'm happy about guys who don't mind not getting the football. Guys don't really care about the stat sheet. We know that was shade aimed in the direction of Stephon Diggs. We know what it was, Josh. So what Josh was basically telling us is Bills don't really have a true number one receiver. So they traded for Amari Cooper, and I think Amari Cooper with Keon Coleman, with Khalil Shakir, and Curtis Samuel, I think now the Buffalo Bills, they have what it takes to be in that conversation with the Kansas City Chiefs, with the Houston Texans, with the Baltimore Ravens. Because I thought before they traded for Amari Cooper, I thought it was the Ravens, Chiefs, and Texans, and then everybody else in the AFC. Now, with the Bills trading for Amari Cooper, I think you got to include the Buffalo Bills in that conversation. And as great as Josh Allen is, we know his kryptonite is Patrick Mahomes. He can't beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. So I think Josh Allen needed a receiver that's reliable and he can rely on in clutch moments in games, and now he has that in Amari Cooper. You look at Amari Cooper and what he's done so far in his career, Amari Cooper for his career, 691 receptions, 9,736 receiving yards, 62 touchdowns. Amari Cooper was the number one receiver in Cleveland. He was the number one receiver when he played in Dallas. So I think Amari Cooper, even though he's entering or he's playing, this is going to be he's in his 10th season in the NFL, Amari Cooper is still a receiver that you can rely on, that can get open, and you can get the football to. So I like that pickup for the Buffalo Bills. I really like that pickup. I like how they ran the ball this year with James Cook. James Cook didn't play against the Jets Monday night, but James Cook, who's the brother of Dalvin Cook, James Cook is a quality running back in the NFL. He's not elite, but he's good. He's good. So I like where the Bills are headed. I think right now in the AFC East, it's the Bills and everyone else. The Dolphins without Tua, they're not going to be contending. The Jets and all their issues at 2-4, they're not contending right now until they get to 500. I'm treating the Jets the same way I treat the Bengals. Until the Bengals reach 500, we ain't got nothing to talk about. They got to get to 4-4 before we talk. Same with the Jets. They got to reach 4-4 before we talk. So I don't get enough from the Jets. Right now, it's the Bills and everybody else. And you can include the Bills with the Texans, Chiefs, and Ravens. So I like the Amari Cooper pickup even more so than Devontae Adams. Now, I do believe Devontae Adams makes the Jets better. He makes them better. I don't think his impact is going to be as major as the Amari Cooper impact on the Bills. So I think both of these teams improved in the AFC East. The Jets and the Bills definitely improved. And I think the Bills, they weren't going to allow the Jets to one up them. They wasn't going to one up them. So they said, hey, we need to get on the phone, and we need to make a move for a receiver as well. And I like this move from the Buffalo Bills. Now, when I look at the entire landscape of the AFC, obviously it starts with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. They are the defending Super Bowl champs, and until they get beat in the postseason, they are the team to beat in the AFC. Make no mistake about it. Until Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs get beat in the postseason, they are the team to beat. They are the reigning defending Super Bowl C.J. Stroud is playing better than Patrick Mahomes. Jordan Love is playing better than Patrick Mahomes. There's a bunch of quarterbacks that are playing better than Patrick Mahomes. But because it's Patrick Mahomes, as much as this pains me to say, as much as Patrick Mahomes is struggling, you can't count Patrick Mahomes out. The same way in the regular season, you can't count out LeBron. You couldn't count out Michael Jordan in his prime. These dudes are proven. And you have to beat them in the postseason when it matters the most. And so until further notice, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are the team to beat in the AFC and really in the NFL. But after the Chiefs, I'm throwing the Ravens. The Ravens are in the mix. Bigger fans don't want to hear it, but the Ravens are playing some good football. They've won 4 straight games. And remember, to start the season, the Ravens, they started out 0-2. The Ravens, they lost to the Chiefs on opening night. And then they lost to the Raiders. Remember, Ravens were up against the Raiders in the fourth quarter, and the Raiders overcame a double-digit deficit and beat the Ravens. But the Ravens have not lost since. The Ravens went into week 3. I remember, because I was talking about it like, man, this is a key point in the Ravens season. Ravens were 0-2, and they had the Cowboys, Bills, and Bengals on their schedule. Weeks 3, 4, and 5. And I'm like, man, the Ravens could be 0-5, 1-4. And the Ravens won all those games against the Cowboys, Bills, and Bengals, and they beat the Commanders. Commanders are a good football team. The Commanders are good. The nation's capital, and out there at the top of the city of Washington, they had found them a quarterback. Jaden Daniels is the real deal, and he's playing some great football. My Packers are like, we're going to deal with Jaden Daniels. We got to deal with him at some point. He's good. So, Ravens playing some good football. They won 4 straight games. They are now 4-2. And this week, they have the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. That's going to be a good matchup. Buccaneers playing some good football as well. And also, too, while I'm talking about the Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield has revitalized his career. Mayfield left the Browns, and the Browns, they traded for Deshaun Watson. And again, the same goes. The grass is not always greener on the other side. The Cleveland Browns, folks, they traded for Deshaun Watson, and they pretty much gave up on Baker Mayfield. They said, we can't win with Baker. And if I was the Browns, I would have made the same move. But looking back, the Browns would probably be a better football team with Baker now than what they are with Deshaun Watson. Because Deshaun Watson has been terrible. He's been terrible. He is literally robbing the Cleveland Browns right now. He should be arrested for theft. That's how bad Deshaun Watson is playing right now. But in hindsight, it's like, man, look at good Baker's playing right now with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it's unfortunate, but the Buccaneers play some good football. That matchup is Monday night. Ravens in Tampa against Baker Mayfield. That's going to be a good matchup. But back to the AFC. Right now, I think the 3 teams to beat in the AFC, Chiefs, Ravens, and the Texans. Texans got a big matchup this week in Lambeau Field against the Packers and Jordan Love. C.J. Stroud and Jordan Love are 2 young quarterbacks that have a bright future. Got a bright future. So this is a big matchup for the Texans and Packers. But those are the 3 teams to beat, and then there's everybody else in the AFC right now. I would probably say the Bengals are probably in the bottom tier right now. They got to get to 500 before we start talking again. They got to get to 500. But it's going to be interesting to see how the AFC plays out. The one thing about the AFC, we got some very, very good quarterbacks in the AFC in the playoffs. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, C.J. Stroud, Aaron Rodgers. Once the playoffs come, if we get Aaron Rodgers, C.J. Stroud, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, it's going to be fireworks in the AFC. I think the NFC has gotten better. I think it's a lot of good teams in the NFC now. It really is. Look at the NFC North. All the NFC North teams have 4 wins or more. Packers are 4-2. The Bears are 4-2. The Lions, I believe, are 5-1. The Vikings somehow are 5-0. And then the NFC East, Commanders are a good team. The Eagles are okay. We'll consider the Eagles a good team. And I don't believe in the Cowboys. Cowboys, they got steamrolled by the Lions last week. On Jerry Jones' birthday, they got blown off the field by the Detroit Lions. That by the Dallas Cowboys. Like, I'm watching that game thinking, like, what is going on here? Like, it's crazy because the Cowboys are one of those teams, they either play well or they get blown out. There ain't no medium with the Cowboys. They either gonna get blown out or they gonna play well in a game and compete. But they always get blown out at home. I think the Cowboys, the last 4 games at home, they've been blown out. They got blown out by my Packers in the playoffs. The Packers beat them 48-32 in the playoffs. They got beat by the Saints in week 2. And then they got beat by the Ravens as well. And then they just got blown off the field and completely embarrassed by the Detroit Lions. And I know the Lions are an elite team in the NFC, and the Packers are going to have to compete with the Lions when they play them. So I respect the Lions. The Lions play some good football. They really are. And if you are a Lions fan up there in Detroit, they have a reason to be happy with their team. The Lions could have been in the Super Bowl last year. If Dan Campbell coaches better, the Lions should have beat the 49ers last year in the conference championship. And I don't like the Lions. I don't like the Lions either. But the Lions could have easily beat the 49ers last year. But Dan Campbell, he's a nice head coach. I like him as a head coach for the Detroit Lions. But sometimes he can be emotional. And as a head coach, you can't be emotional. Because when you're emotional, you're going to be aggressive. You're going to go for it on 4th down every time. Remember that's what you told last year in the conference championship? Every 4th down in the conference championship, the Lions look for it because of Dan Campbell. And I'm thinking, hey, Dan, maybe you want to kick the field goal here. Maybe you want to punt the ball. And he continued to go for it. And then my sister, we was at my mom's house, watching the game, like, what is he doing? What? He literally single-handedly lost that game for the Detroit Lions last year. Because the Lions outplayed the 49ers. They outplayed the 49ers. But I think in the NFC, I think it's the Lions right now at the top of the NFC. I think you can include the Packers in that conversation. The Vikings, because they 5-0, I have to include the Vikings in that conversation as well. And you can't forget about the reigning defending NFC champs. You got to give the 49ers credit because they have been to the Super Bowl multiple times, and they are year in and year out a contender in the NFC. So you can't forget about the 49ers. In the NFC East, the Commanders are a good team. Commanders are a good football team. And the Eagles, despite their head coach, the Eagles are 3-2. They're 3-2. And they still got Jalen Hurts, they still got A.J. Brown. So I think in the NFC, I think it's the Lions, Packers, Vikings, and they've got I don't believe the Bears yet. I know the Bears 4-2, but I don't believe the Bears yet. I still got to see more from the Bears. But in the West, you got the 49ers. In the East, you got the Commanders. In the South, the Atlanta Falcons are playing some good football. Can't forget about them. The Buccaneers are a good football team. So it's going to be a team in the NFC that's going to miss the playoffs, that's going to be 9-8 or 10, and they're going to be good. That's what's crazy. Only 7 teams get in. So somebody in the NFC is going to miss the playoffs, and we're going to be thinking that's a good team. I just pray to the Packers. I just hope they're the Packers, but it's going to be a team in the NFC that's going to miss the playoffs, and they're going to have a good record because there's so many good teams. I think with AFC, they have the elite quarterbacks, but I think the NFC, top to bottom, have better teams this year. So that's how I view the NFL right now. I would say the AFC has better elite quarterbacks, but the NFC has more variety, multiple teams that could be in the playoffs. So, yeah, I think if you look at that, Devontae Adams trade to the Jets and the Mark Cooper trade to the Buffalo Bills, I would say the Bills get the edge over the Jets. I think Mark Cooper is going to have a bigger impact than Devontae Adams. As great as Devontae Adams is, and he will have an impact, I just think Mark Cooper's impact will be bigger. Everybody go follow Wise Guys and On Impact Recruiting Services on all social media platforms. Don't forget, go to the On Impact Recruiting Services social media and vote for the All-Star game that's going to take place November the 17th. That's the week after the Little League Super Bowl. The Little League All-Star game is going to take place at Western Hills High School on November 17th. So go to On Impact Recruiting Services and cast your vote for who you believe should play I'll be right back to the story.
On Impact Promotions presents Celebrity Friday, October 25th at the William Francis Theater, the official after party with RL from Next. Doors open at 9. Hosted by Maya, the promo queen, and Red Tie Security. First 50 ladies free before 11. For more information, contact Dante Payne at 513-602-7289. Sponsored by MTAP Clothing, 1513 Vine Street. Celebrity Friday, the official after party with RL from Next at the William Francis Theater. Brought to you by On Impact Promotions.
Okay, so it's the first of the month stand-up comedy series by On Impact Promotions. Friday, November 1st, 2024 at the Williams Francis Theater, 6819 Vine Street, Cincinnati, Ohio. Hosted by comedian Reggie Mack. Plus, we're going to be laughing with Black Durrell, Big Cam, and Dusty Lewis. Headlined by Detroit's own comedian Mike Bonner, as seen on Def Comedy Jam. Get your tickets today.
Hey guys, we got tickets for the R&B Vibe after party that's October the 25th at the Williams Francis Theater. RL from Next is going to be there, so you don't want to miss this party. These tickets is just $35 and they're available in stores. So invite all y'all friends and come get a ticket. This is going to be a party you don't want to miss.
It's Celebrity Final Fridays. Celebrity Final Fridays. Celebrity Final Fridays. Celebrity Final Fridays. Celebrity Final Fridays.
Hey, what up, man? You know what it is, world famous DJ Fresh. Hey, listen, you know when I'm in the city, I gotta stop by Celebrity Final Fridays, man. Big shout out to Maya, the promo queen, the Lonely Stoners, Red Tie, and that boy Bum, man. You know what I'm saying? Celebrity Final Fridays. I do stamp that. I do approve that. I do co-sign that, man. Every time I'm in the city, I gotta stop by Celebrity Final Fridays. Y'all know what it is. It's fresh.
Hey y'all, it's DJ Essential. When I'm in Cincinnati, I fucks with Bum, Dante, and Maya the promo queen at Celebrity Final Fridays. I'll see y'all soon. Let's turn up.
Ronnie, man. You know, I go.
And welcome back to Wise Guys. These guys know sports and on Impact Recruiting Services. Joining me now is Dante, CEO of On Impact Recruiting Services. Dante, what's up, man? What's going on? Not much, man. We do our weekly NFL picks. We're going to get to that here in a bit. But let everybody know they can go and vote for the All-Star game. Let's come up.
Go vote on all our platforms, On Impact Recruiting Services, or promotions on Facebook, Twitter. You can share it or vote on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. You can call, email, go to the website.
And the All-Star game is going to take place, what is this, November 17th?
November 17th at Washington Hills High School, yes.
Yep. Big time event. The week after the Little League Super Bowl.
Correct.
So that's going to be a great game at Western Hills High School for the Little League All-Stars.
Yes.
So go out and vote. Go and nominate who you believe should play in the Little League All-Star game. Would be a major accomplishment for one of those youngsters to get a chance to play in the All-Star game. Some of those players the previous week were probably going to play the Super Bowl, and that's going to be exciting for them as well. It's all age groups, right?
Yes, 6 and 12.
Okay. So go out and vote for whoever you believe to play in the Little League All-Star game. Don't forget also Saturday, we have the Bearcats homecoming. They are playing Arizona State at Nippert Stadium. It's a 12 p.m. kickoff, so don't forget that's going to take place at Nippert Stadium. I'm trying to find the line of that game for who's going to win, but it's a big time game. I believe the Bearcats are going to be favored in that game. So you have the Arizona State in the Big 12. In the Big 12 week, the Bearcats. Okay, here it is. Bearcats are favored by 5 points. 12 p.m. kickoff. The over-under is 49.5. So before we get to our NFL picks, Dante, do you believe the Bearcats going to win a homecoming?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they're going to win. I think they have the better offense and defense.
Yeah, they definitely do.
They should dominate and with it being homecoming, home field advantage. I don't know how the weather's going to be. Hopefully it's cold.
Yeah.
You got to come from Arizona
to
Ohio. So the weather can play a factor in it. But I feel if UC just runs the ball, I think they'll control the clock.
It's going to be 73 Saturday. So it's going to be nice, actually. It's going to be pretty nice. It's going to be nice for some football. Arizona coming to the game. They 5-1, Dante. The Bearcats are 4-2. Bearcats beat the Central Florida Knights last week, 19-13. And in that game, Shoresby, the quarterback, 25-38, 241 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. And Jay Brown for the Knights, 13-20, 207 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Now, the Bearcats, they want to try to keep pace in the Big 12, Dante. And this week, they have Arizona State, week 9. They in Boulder. when Dion and company in Boulders, they're taking on Shedeur Sanders, Shiloh Sanders, and Dion in Colorado. It's going to be a big time matchup. So hopefully the Bearcats can win this game, improve to 5-2, and be ready for the Buffaloes. That's going to be a big one.
That's going to be a big one, and it's going to be personal for Dion because you see it hire him, right?
Yeah, they did. They didn't hire him.
They didn't hire him. Also, when he played here, baseball, he was a great, of course, a great dual athlete.
Absolutely.
But UC couldn't handle him. Remember, he got in trouble for speeding.
Yep.
So I think it's going to be a little personal for Dion. So if he gets the lead in UC, he may run a score.
He may run a score up in the Bearcats, for sure. Right. He may run a score up. But I'm looking at Colorado. I think Colorado, I'm looking at their schedule. This week, Colorado, they are in Arizona. So Arizona, the 3-3, that's a critical game for the Buffaloes. So what is that week 9 game? The Bearcats and the Buffaloes could both be 5-2. And they want to try to keep pace in the Big 12. Trying to, in college level, you win 6 games, you get a chance to play in the bowl game. And so that'd be big for the Bearcats or the Buffaloes. We both will be watching that game next week. But let's hope the Bearcats beat Arizona State on homecoming sometimes. Let's be honest, it could be some distractions on homecoming weekend. Bearcats kicking off at 12. So, you'll be ready to party after the game. But you got to take care of business during the game and beat Arizona State. And Arizona State's Title 1. It's a football team, though. So, I like the Bearcats offense. Too, Dante, to be real, I like the offense. I think they have one of the best offenses in the nation. You look at offensively, they are ranked 30th in total yards per game. That's across the entire college football. They average 468 total yards per game. They average 291 passing yards per game. That's ranked 48th. And they convert 50% of their third down plays. That's tied for 15th. So I like offensively how you move the ball with Kiner in the backfield. At receiver, you still got Henderson. At tight end, you got Warrior. So those are nice targets for Storsby in the offense to throw the football to. And, for years, we talked about how the Bearcats were a basketball school. But I think the football program, especially when they had Luke Fickell, I thought, did a great job in turning around the Bearcats program. He did. And now I don't think that they're an elite program yet, but I think the Bearcats football team are as good as the Bearcats basketball team. Would you agree?
Yeah, get a coach a couple of years and get his players in here, to fit his offense. This is what, the second or third year?
Second year, yeah.
Second year, so, another year and a half, he'll get his players in here. And the way he's recruiting, I like it because he's going all over, not just one particular region.
Yeah.
He's going after the best of the best. And by him joining the Big 12, that's a step up.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a step up, especially, and it's more exciting because now Deion's in the Big 12, and I'm proud to say my son will be in the Big 12 next year.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's committed to Oklahoma State.
Okay.
So I'm telling everybody that's the real OSU. I don't know about this Ohio team no more.
Yeah.
I'm going with Oklahoma State. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of great excitement and new players coming, in the Big 12. And I think UC, is going to keep growing and surprise teams in their future.
And talking about Scott Satterfield, he's the head coach for the Cincinnati Bearcats. And for his career, he's 83-59, which means he's won 58% of his games. He's done a pretty solid job of leading this Bearcats program. I've been critical of Satterfield at times, but I do have to give him credit because now they're in the Big 12. They can recruit some of the same players these other schools in the Big 12 are getting a chance to recruit. And maybe in a year or two from now, the Bearcats could be an elite program, an elite football program to come to and play. So we're definitely excited about that. And like I said, I like the job that Luke Fickell did. I didn't like Luke Fickell leaving, but we know that in prior years, the Bearcats has been like a stepping stone. Like they haven't really been taken serious like an elite college football program like Michigan or Ohio State or Alabama. It's like a stepping stone. So hopefully Satterfield stays around for a while and the Bearcats continue to win games, win a bowl game this year, and that's going to attract recruits to come to Cincinnati and play college football now.
And they build around the campus also. They basically taking over to
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of things to do in Cleveland. Definitely gonna be a lot of things to do this weekend for homecoming weekend. Again, kickoff is at 12 o'clock. Bearcats are favored by 5 points. Bearcats are 4-2. They're taking on the 5-1 Arizona State football team. So it's gonna be a good matchup against Cincinnati. Now, let's get to our Week 7 picks for the NFL. Dante, let's start off in London. It's a matchup between the New England Patriots and the Jacksonville Jaguars, two struggling football teams. The Jaguars are favored by 5.5 points. It's a 9:30 a.m. kickoff in London. The over-under is 42.5. Who you got, Patriots or Jaguars?
I'm going to go with the Patriots again. They let me down last week.
They let you down last week. They did.
I'm going with the Patriots.
I got a question for the NFL. Why the hell does the Jacksonville Jaguars continue to play in London? They're not an elite team. They are not a good football team, and for whatever reason, they continue to have a chance to play in London. They played in London last week against the Bears.
It must be a money thing.
It gotta be. It gotta be a money thing, because I don't understand for the life of me why the hell the Jacksonville Jaguars and back-to-back weeks have played in London. They lost last week. They got blown off the field by Chicago Bears, or 1-5 in the season. But, unlike you, I am rolling with the Jaguars to beat the Patriots in London this week. Patriots have been struggling. The Jaguars struggled last week against the Bears. Neither of these football teams are relevant. We're not going to spend too much time on it. I got Jags, you got Patriots. Let's go to a matchup in Buffalo. The Tennessee Titans are traveling to Buffalo to take on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are favored by 9 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. The over-under is 40.5. Who you got, Titans or Bills?
Buffalo.
Roll with the Bills.
Buffalo.
Me too. I roll with the Bills. The Bills are a better football team.
Yes.
They have a better quarterback. They have a more proven head coach. We agree there. We both roll with the Bills. Let's go to Indianapolis as the Miami Dolphins are traveling to Indy to take on Joe Flacco and the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are favored by 3 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. The over-under is 43.5. Who you got? Dolphins or Colts?
I got Miami.
You got Miami.
I got Miami.
All right. Okay. I'm rolling with the Colts. Tua is still out for the Dolphins. I think Joe Flacco is playing some good football. Dante, he really is. And I'm getting to a point now where I'm like, why is he a backup? Joe Flacco could actually be a starter in the NFL. I know he's old. He's old, but he could be a starter for 1 or 2 years and continue. You can contend with Joe Flacco. He plays some really, really good football at the quarterback position.
Yeah, he plays not to lose.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I roll with the Colts.
Yeah,
he got the Dolphins. I got the Colts in that matchup. Let's go to the NFC North in Minnesota. It's the 5-1 Detroit Lions traveling to Minnesota to take on the 5-0 Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are favored by 1.5. 1 o'clock kickoff in Minnesota. The over-under is 50.5. Who you got, Lions or Vikings?
got the Vikings. I've been rolling with them all year. You know that.
You have. Man, I'm tired of the damn Vikings, man. You go with the Vikings. Okay, I'm going with the Lions. I don't believe in the Vikings. The Vikings are 5-0, but I think at some point Sam Darnold is going to have an off game and going to revert back to his old habits. I'm rolling with the Lions to beat the Vikings in Minnesota. I think the Lions are a better football team than the Vikings, despite the Vikings being undefeated. Let's go to Atlanta as the Seattle Seahawks are traveling to Atlanta to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are favored by 3 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. The over-under is 51.5. Geno Smith versus Kirk Cousins. Who you got, Geno or Kirk Cousins?
I'm going with the Falcons, man.
You going with the Falcons?
I'm going with the Dirty Bird right there. Jamal Anderson.
Okay, you going with the Falcons. All right.
Yeah.
So, Dante going with the Atlanta Falcons and Kirk Cousins. They play some good football. They really are. But Seattle's lost 3 straight. I think it's the big game for the Seattle Seahawks.
It's a must win for Seattle.
It's a must win. They start off the season hot, Dante, and they start off 3-0. They lost 3 straight. So now they're 3-3. It's a big game for the Seahawks. I think Geno and the Seahawks get it done. But I do think it's going to be one of the better games of Week 7.
Should be a high-scoring game.
Should be. I like this matchup for sure. Now let's go to the NFC East as The 3-2 Philadelphia Eagles. They are traveling to New York to take on the 2-4 New York Giants. The Eagles are favored by 3 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. The over-under is 42.5. Malik Neighbors, they announced earlier today, he is out of concussion protocol. He's a young rookie receiver. He should play for the Giants this week. Who you got, Eagles or Giants?
I'm going with the Eagles. I just think they're a better team overall.
They are.
I think the defense is better. I mean, they right basically across the street from one another, so they both know each other. They're going to New York to play. This is in New York, right?
Yes, New York.
Yeah. I'm going with the Eagles, definitely.
Okay, and I think this game will be competitive. Because Eagles, they've been inconsistent this year. They've been inconsistent. They are a better football team than the Giants. I agree with you. I really want the Eagles to beat the Giants in New York. I think Jalen Hurts is better than Daniel Jones is. And I think with the Eagles getting back Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown last week, I think it really helped their offense. And I think this will be a game for them to take off and put up some points against that Giants defense. I'm going Eagles over the Giants. We both agree there. Let's go to the matchup in Washington in the nation's capital as the Carolina Panthers are traveling to Washington to take on the Washington Commanders. Commanders are favored by 8 points. It's a 4:05 p.m. kickoff. The over-under is 51.5. Who you got, Panthers or Commanders?
You got to go with the Commanders.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even have to say nothing else. They probably one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
And their rookie quarterback is playing like a veteran.
Yes.
He's playing loose. Whatever they're doing for preparation, like before the games, the coaches figured it out.
Yeah.
They probably, slim down the playbook so they're not doing a lot of aim.
Yeah.
And they just let me be an athlete.
Yeah.
Until it gets really crunch time in playoffs, then you can see they start making adjustments from as of right now.
Yeah.
Probably rookie year.
Yeah, Jay Davis plays good football. He probably is rookie year. And I go and watch the two. We agree here.
Right.
Panthers actually put up points. Panthers scored and Dolphins scored. But I think Jay Davis and Wayne Commanders are playing right now. I think they are the better football team. And they're on a mission to try to make the playoffs. And I know those Washington fans are happy up there in D.C. They haven't had much to celebrate over the last few years. They got something to celebrate now. They're taking things in quarterback. So one of the Commanders has to. Let's go to L.A., Dante. We have Las Vegas Raiders traveling to L.A. They go on Matthew Stafford and L.A. Rams. The Rams are favored by 6.5 points. It's a 4:05 p.m. kickoff. The over-under is 43.5. Who you got, Raiders or Rams?
I'm going with the Rams, the home team. Even though both of them are really LA teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Raiders basically come back home.
And the Raiders got a lot of fans in LA.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot of
they
fans.
probably got the most fans.
They got more fans than the Rams in LA.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. But I agree with you. I'm going with the Rams too. Rams are a better football team than the Raiders.
Yes.
Devontae Adams got traded to New York. I thought Max Crosby was going to be on a trade block and the Raiders were going to possibly trade him. But I think the Rams are a better football team right now. Matthew Stafford, I still believe he is a good quarterback in the NFL. I think they might get back Cooper Kupp in this game. We agree on this one. I'll go with the Rams, and you also roll with the Rams as well.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Sunday night matchup in Pittsburgh. It's the 2-4 New York Jets, who are favored by 2 points. They're traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 4-2, I believe. It's the 8:20 p.m. kickoff. The over-under is 38.5. It's Devontae Adams' debut for the Jets. Who you got, Jets or Steelers?
Prime time under the lights, a big game like this, I'm going with the Steelers.
Oh, it's going with the Steelers. Okay.
Yes, I'm going with the Steelers.
Okay.
Steelers at home.
Yeah, this was a tough one for me, but I think I'm going with the Jets. I think the Jets desperately need to win, Dante. They desperately need to win. And they're on I believe, a 2-game losing streak. So they don't want to fall to 2-5. And they got Devontae Adams in the mix now. So he should help them immediately. And I believe he's going to, be up to speed with his offense because it's practice most of the week this week. It's the same offense they ran in Green Bay when they arrived. So I think the Jets beat the Steelers, but I think it's going to be a close game. The Steelers have a great defense. They have great defense. So if you are the Jets, you don't want to let this game be a physical game. You want to make it be a finesse game and try to score points. So I got Jets, got Steelers. Let's go to Monday night. We got a doubleheader Monday night, Dante. We have the 4-2 Baltimore Ravens, who are favored by 3.5 points. They are traveling to Tampa to take on the 4-2 or maybe 5. I gotta look at the record for the Buccaneers. I think they might be 4-2. But it's a Monday night matchup. Ravens Buccaneers, 8:15 p.m. kickoff. The over/under is 49.5. Who you got? Lamar Jackson or Baker Mayfield?
Lamar Jackson.
You roll Lamar. Okay, the Buccaneers are 4-2 by the way.
Baltimore.
I'm rolling with Baltimore as well. But the Buccaneers are just a football team, Dante. They play some really good football. They scored 51 last week against the Saints. But I think Lamar Jackson is in a zone right now. And he's playing some elite football. And I think the Ravens are going to win their 5th straight game and improve to 5-2. I got Ravens over the Buccaneers. You roll with the Ravens as well. We got a lot this week, bro. We're on the same page this week. We're on the same page this week. Let's go to another matchup on the West Coast. It's the LA Chargers, who are favored by 2.5 points. They're traveling to Arizona to take on the Arizona Cardinals. It's 9:00 p.m. kickoff. The over-under is 43.5. Who you got, Chargers or Cardinals?
I got the Cardinals.
Okay, you go with the Cardinals. It's upset.
That's one of my upsets.
Okay.
I go with the Cardinals. I think it's time that they get to a win.
Okay.
I go with the Cardinals.
I'm rolling with the Chargers. I think the Chargers are a better football team than the Cardinals are. I think Justin Herbert is a better quarterback than Kyler Murray is. And I think Harbaugh is a better coach right now than Gannon for the Cardinals. I roll with the Chargers to beat the Cardinals. Let's go to a matchup. I left the 3 primetime games left for us to talk about, Dante. Let's talk about the Bengals first. And it's the Battle of Ohio. The 2-4 Cincinnati Bengals, they're favored by 5.5 points. They're traveling to Cleveland. Take on the 1-5 Cleveland Browns. So 1:00 kickoff. The over/under is 41.5. I'll tell you this, Dante. All these Bengal fans this week have been telling me that they are a lock to beat the Browns. I don't think they are, but I'm gonna get my prediction here shortly. Who you got? Bengals or Browns? Don't forget the Browns are the Bengals stuff. They always do.
They always beat them in Cleveland.
They always beat them in Cleveland. All the time. And this is the game the Bengals need. Do you think the Bengals gonna take care of business this week?
I think the Bengals have more than Cleveland this year, offense and defensively. So I'm rolling with the city on this one. It's funny because 2 of my best friends are from Cleveland. 3 out of 5.
Okay, really?
Yeah, 2 I went to college with, 1 I met through them. So I can't get Cleveland, so I got to go with Cincinnati.
Got to go with They big Browns fans.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this game gonna be competitive. You think the game gonna be competitive?
I want it to be a blowout.
That's what you think the Bengals gonna blow the Browns out?
Yeah.
You do?
I hope, and that's what I'm predicting.
Ooh.
That's what I need, because if it's a close game, then I think Cleveland.
Me too. I do too.
I need the Bengals to jump on top of him. Like, don't defer to the second half. Get the ball and
go. Yeah, I agree. I agree. This game was tough for me to predict. Man, I know Bengals fans will be mad at me about this prediction, but I think the Browns are going to upset the Bengals Sunday in Cleveland. So I'm rolling with the Browns in an upset, and it's definitely an upset because the Bengals are favored by 5.5 points. Browns are a mess right now, but this is going to be a game I think they're going to be up for.
Right.
They're going to be up for it. They always are ready for the Bengals. But they always play the Bengals tough.
That's what's so scary.
And that's what's scary. And to your point, the Bengals need to get out to a lead and play with the lead. They can't let the Browns come out and punch them in the mouth, and the Bengals are playing from behind the entire game. The Bengals got to come out. I want you. If you want to toss, receive, and try to go out and put some points up on the board and make Deshaun Watson and the Browns play from behind.
Right.
I think they got to try to throw the first punch. You don't want to be behind in this game. You get the Browns confidence, that crowd in Cleveland, they get involved in the game. Bengals got to try to get out the gate and take care of business early. I'm on with the Browns in an upset. Let's go to a matchup in Green Bay. It's CJ Stroud versus Jordan Love. Texans under is 47.5, Dante. And before you predict this game, I know I love the Pack, but C.J. Stroud, Jordan Love, both are good young quarterbacks. They are the future of the NFL. Yes. So who you rolling with this game? You got C.J. Stroud or Jordan Love?
I think this is the first time I picked Green Bay this season. So I'm going with the Packers.
Okay. Smart man. I roll with the Packers as well. I ain't gonna lie. I'm really excited for this game, though, Dante. Because I respect C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud has been balling for the Houston Texans. I like the Nico Ryans, their head coach. They got Joe Mixon in the backfield. They brought in Stephon Diggs in the offseason. You still got Tank Dell. No Nico Collins, but you still got Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs. And I think they got Dalton Schultz as well at tight end. I like this Texans football team. And I also like the fact that not only are Stroud and Love comparable, I think the Texans and the Packers are kind of equivalent as football teams. They're both young. They both got good head coaches, the Nico Ryans and Matt LaFleur. But I think I'm going to give the slight edge to Jordan Love and the Packers. They're in Lambeau Field, tough environment to play in. No Nico Collins for the Texans. So I think this is a game the Packers will win. And I think C.J. Stroud will get outplayed by Jordan Love. I'll say it again. Jordan Love will outplay C.J. Stroud. But I got a lot of respect for C.J. Stroud. He got a tremendous future ahead of him. And these are two good football teams who are comparable. And these are two quarterbacks who probably want to be compared for the rest of their careers. C.J. Stroud and Jordan Love. So it's a big matchup in a 1 o'clock window. Right. So let's go to the Super Bowl rematch in San Francisco. It's the 5-0 Kansas City Chiefs traveling to San Francisco to take on the 3-3 San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers are favored by a point and a half. 4:25 p.m. kickoff. Over under is 46.5. Super Bowl rematch, Dante. Who you got? Chiefs or 49ers?
Chiefs.
Okay. Chiefs. You want Chiefs? Okay.
Arrowhead.
I
know what I'm just saying. Arrowhead.
Okay, you say okay.
Chiefs.
Chiefs. Okay. Why you got the Chiefs? This is fresh off the bye. Chiefs didn't play last week, so they had 2 weeks to prepare.
That's what it helped. I just think they're a better team overall. And, they tell you in sports, in the locker room, be confident. Act like you're the best man, the best team.
Yeah.
In society or like out in the public, they tell you not to be. I just think the Chiefs are more confident and more dominant.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to. I think they'll blow them out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you don't think the 49ers won a little revenge? They lost last year in the Super Bowl to the Chiefs. They lost to the Chiefs a few years ago in the Super Bowl too. Patrick Mahomes alone is the reason why the 49ers have not won the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes. The last few years, Patrick Mahomes by himself is the reason why the 49ers have not won the Super Bowl. It's crazy to think about it. But I think in this matchup, I'm agreeing with you. I think the Chiefs are going to take care of business and beat the 49ers. We know how talented the 49ers are, but they ain't consistent. And I think when you play against the Chiefs, you got to play 60 minutes of football. And Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes had 2 weeks to prepare. They had 2 weeks to prepare for this matchup. Right. So I think that gives the Chiefs a big advantage. I roll with the Chiefs to beat the 49ers as well. But unlike you, I think it's going to be a competitive game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be very competitive. And so those are our NFL Week 7 picks. Real quick, before we get out of here, I also want to say real quick, right now we have the Yankees and the Guardians. We got the MLB playoffs going right now, and they really going at it right now in the AL and in the NL. In the AL, it's the Yankees and the Guardians. The Yankees, they lead their series 2-0 over the Cleveland Guardians. They in the bottom of the 8th right now in Cleveland. The Yankees are up 4-3. And the Dodgers and the Mets play tonight in New York. Dodgers lead that series 2-1. Could you imagine if we have a New York Yankees and New York Mets World Series? Would that be crazy?
That would be crazy.
Has that ever happened? I heard that.
I don't know if it happened in the World Series. I don't know.
We gotta look that up. Because that'll be Like New York, like what? Like Yankees, Mets? That would be crazy.
So if
man.
I'm not mistaken, the Yankees are in the Bronx.
Correct. Where the Mets are?
Are they in Brooklyn? They're not in Brooklyn.
I don't think they're in Brooklyn.
I don't know where the Mets are at.
I'm trying to look and see where. I know the Yankees are in the I know you said the Yankees are in the Bronx.
I don't think they're in Queens either. I can't. The Mets.
Queens.
Oh, yeah, Queens.
Queens.
Okay.
There it is. The Mets are in Queens.
Okay.
Yeah. I never been to New York. Been to New York?
Dallas is out.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? So how far is Queens from Brooklyn? From the Bronx?
Everything is less than an hour.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? From Manhattan.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Manhattan is kind of like the Mecca.
Okay.
And then you go to, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island.
Staten Island, yeah.
So you go out 5 boroughs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got.
Yonkers is a little farther away. You still got York right there.
Yeah. And you got some legends from that time. Man. Big E, 50 Cent. Man, so many legends from up that way for sure. And then I think Manhattan is that like close to Madison Square Garden?
That's where it's at.
Okay. So I always wondered where the Knicks, like where they at. Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right there in the heart.
Yeah, downtown Manhattan.
Okay. Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting, man. The Mets and the Yankees meeting in the World Series, that will be crazy. Right now, the Yankees lead the Guardians 4-3. They're up 2-0 in their best-of-7 series, and the Dodgers lead the Mets in their best-of-7 series right now. And I think they're going to play here tonight, here in a bit. I think their first pitch is 8:08, so they're going to have their first pitch thrown here shortly. But everybody go follow Wise Guys and On Impact Recruiting Services. Again, let everybody know where to go and vote for the All-Star games.
Every social media platform we're on. Nomination kid, player, loved one, whatever, and then get a lot of votes. Get a lot of votes.
Absolutely. And don't forget, each and every Thursday, we are here live at Jazz Spoon at 610 Northland Boulevard. 610 Northland Boulevard. We are here each and every week discussing football. And I forgot, real quick, I didn't even bring it up. I forgot, real quick. Who you got tonight? I knew you were going to say that. Okay. I already know. Yeah. I already know. Broncos scored about 3 points. 8:15 kickoff, over under 37.5. I go to Broncos too. This game is irrelevant. Neither of these teams are playoff. Neither of these teams are playoff teams. Look at Broncos, but they're not going to the postseason.
As long as they beat the Bengals, that's a great year for you.
It's a great year for you, for sure. I got the Broncos as well that game. Watch that game tonight on Amazon Prime Video. Don't forget, Saturday, homecoming for the Bearcats, Arizona State coming into town in Clifton. So we're definitely excited about that. And we'll be here next Thursday again, discussing some football, same time, same place. Everybody have a great weekend. This is Wise Guys Sports with Trey Marcus and Dante on Impact Recruiting Services. We'll see y'all next week.
Thank y'all.
Welcome to On Impact Recruiting Services, where we offer all sports, player profiles, personal training, ACT, SAT prep, college tours, sports evaluations, social media, college contacts, and more. Contact CEO Dante Payne at 513-602-7289 or visit the website. We are here to boost your exposure as a student athlete.